What is up, everybody? And welcome to Studio Day Heffrey, where I'm anxious for the first time in like 100 years. But welcome, everyone. I have a song for you. Here, are you ready? Bop, bop. Welcome, everyone. It's nice to see you. I have no idea how to do a solo show. I'm just going to tell you guys that right off the rip. But we're here, so we'll give it a shot anyway. So I am here because radio was something that I did for a really, really, really long time. And I was tired. It's too much light. I was very tired. I like the freedom of doing whatever I want. 1 hour. And no, they didn't let me keep that song. That song belongs to Ben Rogers and or Skin Wade. They made that song. So I can jam that song whenever I want to. So I'm just going to do whatever I want. And whatever I want will probably include a lot of Cowboys. I love the NFL draft, so it'll include a lot of the draft. It'll include probably a whole bunch of guests all the time because I've made a whole bunch of friends in this industry that are cool enough when I text to be like, oh yeah, sure. So tonight, for instance, here on episode 1 of the Jeff Cavanaugh Show, which you can see on YouTube and Twitch, and I think Facebook, at least until some of those platforms shut me down for being on all of them. And afterwards, if you're an audio listener, you can go to Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, all over the place, wherever my place uploads it. So rock and roll. And here we are. Tonight on the opening show, it's cool enough that we're going to have 2 Texas Rangers on the broadcast at 7:15. That would be Taylor Hearn and Jose Trevino. They don't have anything else to do because baseball's not real. So there's that happening. Kevin Turner, pair character jumping up and down saying #1 fan. Kevin Turner will be on the broadcast tomorrow for Jeffrey Time at 7:45. Tonight for Jeffrey Time, we'll have Jasmine Sadry, who is currently on Morning Coffee. It's a show. You probably listen to it. And she's been on all sorts of things, and she cracks me up. So I wanted her to be my first Jeffrey Time guest. Thank you to everyone who's super chatting. You guys are monsters. I love you. So yes, that is the real Kevin Turner in there. Skin Wade will join us at 7:30 for Mavs talk. And if you guys want to know a secret, I could click a little button and you'll see something really interesting. And that's that Skin is not very patient, so he's already there. I got rid of him again. But yeah, Skin's just been sitting there watching the show backstage, so that's pretty neat. She was on Jagger. Yes, she was. I do not have a preferred platform, guys, so I appreciate you wherever you're watching, wherever you're viewing. It's great. It's great. Cavanaugh! Okay, but here's the thing is I don't have a way to turn off the song. My board plays the whole thing if I hit the button. So it's just going to be there. If you give me 5 seconds, I'll be with you. Thank you to my guy Formula, who's been with me all this time. Skywalker Steel is here. Kevin Gray is here. Friends of mine. So yeah, that's the cool thing about this platform, right? If the platform is mine, if the show is mine, then I don't have to do the games that other people have to do where you can't have this person on. You can't have that person on because they don't work for you. Every Wednesday will have Dane Brugler on. Some people can't have Dane on because he works at The Athletic and The Athletic and this entity. And so, yes, at some point I'll have Skin on tonight. He works at The Eagle. I will have Bassick on at some time this week. He works at The Fan. At some point I'll have Bob Sturm on. He works at The Ticket. Doesn't matter because it's mine. Okay, let's get into actual content. Football. Things in Cowboy land. What I want to know in the chat is, do you guys hate Stephen Jones? That's my first question that I'm asking the listener as we're here on the show. Do you guys hate Stephen Jones? I feel like a lot of people do. And I have all of his quotes. The NFL Combine is going on right now. And so I'm going to give you some of the things that Stephen Jones said, and it's pretty much confirmation of things that I've already told a lot of you guys. Stephen Jones on spending this offseason. There's going to be tweets here from Michael Gelkin, John Machota, David Hellman, Jory Epstein, all sorts of people. Yes, you guys hate Steven. I don't hate Steven, by the way. I like Steven, kind of, sort of, maybe. Michael Gelkin. This is Steven on the Cowboys offseason spending. If I'm looking into a crystal ball right now, I see most of our money in free agency going to our current players. That may change. We may come across a value on a player that is just one we got to take. I don't want to rule it out. At the end of the day, he didn't say at the end of the day. So that tells you everything you need to know about the Cowboys offseason, right? The way the Cowboys offseason is going to work is they're going to prioritize Randy Gregory, and then I believe they're going to prioritize Jaron Kearse, right? So I think those are the two guys that the Cowboys are really going to prioritize trying to keep, and then they'll rock and roll. When he talks about free agents from outside the team, what is the quote? We may come across a value on a player that is just one we got to take. I don't want to rule it out. That's where they shop in free agency. When dudes don't get big offers from someone else, that is the players that the Cowboys become interested in. If they think, oh, this is a really good player and it looks like nobody wants him, we'll take him. So that's going to be the Cowboys free agency. And it's not a good or bad thing. It's that different teams do things different ways because there's a million different ways to win in the NFL. Next, from Stephen Jones, this is on Zeke. Quote, at the end of the day, I want that guy on my team. You talk about playing through some injuries. He's a competitor. I think he's a damn good running back. Obviously, his money's guaranteed. He's going to be here. There's no question. We're fortunate to have him. Thank you, Commodore. Don't drone me, bro. Yeah. So talking about Zeke, you'll notice something there. He's acknowledging Ezekiel Elliott has guaranteed money. You can't save money by getting rid of Ezekiel Elliott. So they're going to talk about how great he is. We love Zeke. He's incredible. Oh my God, what a warrior. It's great. And when he's asked about Amari Cooper, he ain't going to say the same thing. That tells you something too. If Amari Cooper will be on the Cowboys roster in 2022, Steven says it's too early to address that. Similar comment about DeMarcus Lawrence, lots of moving parts. And Steven notes the guys that make the most money get the most scrutinized. So the Amari Cooper thing is going to keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. I don't think he's going to be here. I just don't. And I think Stephen Jones talking at the Combine today makes that sound even more and more likely. Are they interested in keeping him if they could get him to take less money or whatever? Sure. But guys who make a bunch of money and the guaranteed money runs out, those are the guys that get cut and or traded. And that's the way it works. Thank you to DJ's World for the This Is What I Do Now Like for Real fund. Appreciate you. Thank you to Caesar as well. Okay. Doesn't sound like the Cowboys will be following the Rams all-in strategy. This is from John Machota, Johnny Matches. He says, Cowboys Executive Vice President Stephen Jones, we could do some things that would allow us to keep most of our guys if we wanted to push it all out, but then we'd have a much bigger problem next year and the year after. And that is what I think bothers Cowboy fans a ton, is they don't want to play the cap game too hard like a lot of teams do. They don't want to have a year where they're irrelevant. That's what they don't want to have. They don't want to have a year where they're eating $50 or $100 million because they push back money on all these different guys, and now 2 or 3 of them are too old to be any good, and you want to get them off the team, but you only save $5 million by cutting a guy, and you eat 30 to do it. That's what the Cowboys, they don't want to live in that space. And I'm actually cool with that. I don't mind that. So you have to draft well. You have to make good decisions on who you pay, and then you go kick butt. That's the goal. Mike McCarthy, more involved with offense this year. Steven says, I think he's more involved than you think he is. Let's start with that. But no, I think knowing we need to take the next step, I think everybody's going to turn it up another notch. Mike McCarthy's on the hot seat, and I think everybody knows that, right? We're all good with that. We're all comfortable with that. Cavanaugh! Sorry. I apologize. Hold on. Let me turn that down. I just use it to give myself energy because there's no co-host. So it's like, what do? You just read texts from people and then you read stuff. Next on the Cowboys docket today, guys for you to keep an eye on at the NFL Combine. It's going on right now. Daniel Jeremiah had his top 50 come out, and it's interesting. He's got 6 wide receivers in the top 27, which could become relevant to the Cowboys if Amari Cooper is gone, which, as I've said, I believe he will be. 6 receivers in the top 27. And I've also power ranked the guys that I want the Cowboys to select at number 24 because somebody asked me that on the YouTube channel. Somebody said, if the draft were tonight, who do you think the Cowboys take at 24? Instead of think, I'll give you my guys I want. How about that? These are in order, no less. Cowboys got to fix the offensive line. I was just writing something, actually. There's a spoiler alert. I was just writing something, and I did a little research project. And my research project was I took the Cowboys weeks 1 through 6 when Dak was playing, their success rate, their EPA, and all the nerd numbers on how they did offensively week 1 through 6. And then I did week 10 through 18 when Dak came back after the calf injury. And the difference is stupid. But we all know that, right? We know that after Dak hurt his calf, the Cowboys offense got a whole lot worse. And we know that teams played him differently. That teams decided we're going to rush 4 guys, we're going to drop 7 into coverage, and somehow the Cowboys offensive line still fell apart. You had more blockers than they had people defending the run, and you couldn't run it. You had more people blocking than they had rushing the passer, and you couldn't block them. And so that's where we are. Connor Williams is a free agent. He's going to get paid somewhere else. So my guys for the Cowboys to draft, it just so happens that the top 2 sort of realistic guys happen to play offensive line. Tyler Linderbaum, the Iowa center, want him. He is numero uno. Kenyon Green, Texas A&M guard. He is numero 2. Nakobe Dean, Georgia linebacker. He is number 3. And that would be the end of my real life first round grades. Because when I'm grading players, the way I do it is I like to have them where there's clear separations of, man, I really, really like. Ooh, I like. Ooh, I kind of like. So I do the first round grades. I do the 1-2 cheater grades to delineate basically, if I'm picking at 14, I better be picking a first round grade. If I'm picking at 20, 1-2. That's okay. So after Nakobe Dean, I go to Devin Lloyd, the Utah linebacker. He's a lot of fun. And those are kind of my 2 favorites, is either offensive line or linebacker. Because on offensive line, I got to fill in for Connor Williams. And if I'm not going to replace Connor Williams, that could be okay too. But then I've got to move Lyle Collins. So we've got things to do. So Tyler Linderbaum, Kenyon Green, Nakobe Dean, Devin Lloyd. And then I start looking at other positions. If all of those guys are gone, George Karlaftis, the Purdue defensive end, the entire gang of wide receivers that are available in this draft. And there's a lot of them. Garrett Wilson at Ohio State, I really, really like. Traylon Burks at Arkansas is like a 6'3", 225, going to run a 4.4. Really fun player. Dax Hill at Michigan is my next guy. He is a slot/safety at Michigan that's going to be picked right around there, and he's going to be really, really good. So that's fun. And then David Ojabo, Michigan defensive end. He's a really nice pass rusher that is going to have to do some developing as far as the rest of his game, but pretty darn good as it is right now. So there's you some Cowboys content. We may get some more later, but I see somebody has hopped in backstage. And I was wondering who was going to win the race because I sent a link to 2 current Texas Rangers, Jose Trevino and Taylor Hearn. And I don't see Taylor Hearn yet, but I do see Jose Trevino is in the building. Hip Hop Jose, what's happening, brother?
What's up? What's up, dude? I love logo, man. That's nice. I like it.
Oh yeah, I got people.
I like that.
Yeah, I got people. Now I can hear Jose, but I'm also not an audio engineer. So if you guys can't hear Jose, just let me know and we'll just quit the whole damn show. How about that?
Yeah, we'll just turn it off.
Yeah, we'll just quit. So how you doing, dude? What do you do?
Dude, I'm good, man. I'm just staying ready, working out, hanging out with family. I'm actually just upgrading my team right now on the show. I'm actually going to I was gonna upgrade Solak and make him like a 99 across.
Do you tell him? Would you tell Solak that you're upgrading him, and would he be offended and be like, "What are you talking about? I don't need to be upgraded"?
No, he's doing pretty good this year. He's okay, but I just need to upgrade him. I want him to do more damage and stuff. I want him
Wait, have you
to kill it.
updated your rosters?
No, I haven't.
Oh, I'm wondering because like I love Solak, but I feel like there is a different maybe shortstop and second baseman. Hey, since baseball's not a thing right now, like have you met your new teammates? Are you allowed to meet your new teammates?
No, I haven't. I haven't met him yet. I just talked to him. I shot him a message, just saying like, "Welcome to Texas." Welcome to the greatest state. Just kind of, what's
Okay.
up, guys? Yeah.
So like I'm watching videos of the guys who are actually allowed to exercise and do baseball things. Like I'm watching Jack Leiter and his phenomenal calves pitch to people. And somebody had to explain
Yeah.
to me how that works. If you're not on the 40 man, you can go practice. And if you are, you can't. Is it,
Yes.
what date would you have reported and how bothersome is it?
Usually, dude, I'm there before Valentine's Day. Like this was the first year I got to spend with my fiance Valentine's Day in a really long time. So like usually I'm there before Valentine's Day, ready to roll, ready to roll. So that was what are we at? 28th? That was 2 weeks ago. I would have been there. I would have been there like the 9th or something like that.
Hey,
Well,
look,
look at here.
there's someone else joining us. It's Texas Rangers wrong-handed pitcher Taylor Hearn, everybody. Hi, Taylor. How you doing?
Good, Jeff. How you doing?
I'm great. It's 7:16 though. Jose was here at 7:13. You were here at 7:16, and I think that reveals a lot about your character, your comments.
Yeah.
Well, technically,
See,
you said the
he's got
thing
no
started
respect.
at
He's got no
7:15.
respect.
No,
See?
he said it
He's
started
got no
at 7:15,
respect.
so I was ready to go. I had to get
No
my
respect.
iPad propped up though.
Okay, now
See,
Taylor.
I was already prepared.
Taylor, yeah, Jose was here. He got a gold star for this. Now Taylor is representing the glorious city of Royce City, Texas. So Taylor's
Hey.
one of us. Jose doesn't like the Mavericks, and so we'll just focus on Taylor, who's doing it for the North Texas area for all of you guys, and just say welcome to you. And this is something that I looked up before I had you guys on. So Taylor Hearn, you were drafted 4 times. Is that normal?
I mean, I guess it. I mean, probably not. Probably not. I'd say no.
I was just wondering
My
because I
man,
know, like,
my
obviously you
man
can get drafted out of high
pick a
school.
spot, man.
Well, okay, so like real life questions, and this is actually kind of for both of you because Jose out of high school, undrafted. Taylor out of high school, you were drafted, but then go to junior college instead, and then got drafted later, and then go play another year and got drafted still later than you were out of high school, then transferred to Oklahoma Baptist and get drafted in the 5th round. So I guess it's kind of take turns here, but for either of you, at any point in the process, did you think big league baseball might not be a thing?
No.
Well, I don't know how common or uncommon it is out of like at high school, like how many guys get drafted, but like even coming out, it was like you knew all along, like whatever, dude.
Well, like I think I knew I know I wanted to pursue it in high school, but like, and I knew I wanted to be a big leaguer, but at the same time, like they say like, hey, this is hard to do and it's not for everybody. So I was like, all right, strap it in, let's go.
And Taylor, any point after high school, like getting the next year when you're drafted later than you were out of high school, are you looking at that and going, uh-oh?
No, because you know what? I actually didn't pitch in high school, and I got hurt. I got hurt in high school, and I got hurt my freshman year of college. I pitched like 4 innings my freshman year.
Oh, okay. Well, then I should just do more research. How about that?
Well, I mean, it's not in there. It's not in there. That's why.
Next random question. Jose, if you are trying to throw a guy out at second base, it's Jose Trevino and Taylor Hearn with us, Texas Rangers. If you're trying to throw a guy out at second base, do you throw a ball faster than Taylor throws it to home plate?
No way, dude. The guy throws 100.
Do they gun catchers? Like, do you guys get gunned? Do you know what you throw?
I honestly don't know what I throw, but I know they gun. I know they have like something like that.
And so you can't touch triple digits, even though you're throwing the ball further. I would have thought maybe you'd crank it up.
That's further but quicker.
Okay, release
Further.
time. Release time.
Yes.
And Taylor, if you didn't care where the ball went, how fast could you throw it?
103.
Probably. I mean, maybe 100. Probably.
What
And
was
just
your
not, just throw it and not even know it, don't even care where it goes?
Yeah, like couldn't possibly care
maybe.
less.
I'd be sore afterwards, but yeah, definitely. I mean, probably 100.
Jose,
Easily.
who was our special
100.
guest? Was that the Big League Chew guy?
Yeah, Josiah. Where you at, dude? Where'd you go?
Underneath
He's
you?
hiding. Yeah, he's hiding from me.
I saw you guys got a delivery of a whole lot of Big League Chew, and I know that you don't need all of it. So if you would like to donate some of it, I like Big League Chew. I just want you to know that.
If you just send me your address, I'll get you a couple. Okay, all right. Okay.
Hi.
Say hi. You can say hi.
Man.
Say hi. Say keep the peace.
Keep the peace.
All right.
It's the cutest damn thing. All right, Taylor.
Funny.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you guys something. I'm gonna tell you something that annoys me about the game of baseball now, and I've been a baseball fan since I was 3. Is the true outcome thing that it's sort of turned into, where it's so many strikeouts, home runs, and walks. As a spectator, I'm like, man, why don't we put the ball in play anymore? And because we don't, if baseball wanted to like do something that a lot of people would consider drastic, move the mound back, what would that do to a pitcher? Like, does that just destroy everybody because you've been throwing the same distance forever?
It would, because it seems like you're reinventing the wheel.
I guess maybe the answer is just, I guess the answer is maybe get rid of shifts or something like that. What I'm saying is I want the ball in play in baseball. How?
I got an idea.
All right, I'll let him answer it first.
Get a pitching machine. Just like we did in T-ball when they would have like a pitcher like guarding the circle. You just get a pitching machine.
Okay, so you want to eliminate Taylor's job?
No, he still has to play defense.
Oh, okay. I think pitchers like pitching though.
You never know. I don't know.
I think they would
throw too
I
hard.
would like.
They throw too hard, man. They throw hard. They throw really hard.
But is that it? I mean, is it just it's just, hey, the game is going to be what it is? Because it's so wild now that it's just like everybody swings for the fences. You're going to walk, you're going to strike out, you're going to hit a home run. And I think more people would enjoy it if the ball was in, or maybe I'm an idiot. Maybe it's just, look, dude, if you love baseball, you love baseball.
Yeah, but people want home runs.
I want home runs. Sure, I want home runs, but I don't want home runs and no singles and doubles and triples. And okay, let me take you to this shift. Would you get rid of the shift?
I would have them play in the dirt. Their feet have to be in the dirt. That's what I would.
But however many wherever they want.
Yeah. You could put 9 guys on the right side of the infield, but they all have to be in the dirt.
And Taylor, could you tell us what this means?
No, I mean, me and Jose talked about it a couple of days ago, and I brought up a situation that made me pretty upset about it. But I'm not personally I'm not a fan of it, because I don't have time to turn around and look to see where the guys are at, because most of the time, if I'm 2 strikes on a guy and I try to come in on him and he hits a jam shot through the 6 hole, I look and I'm expecting the shortstop to be there. And sure enough, he's over there playing on the other side of second base. And I'm just like, why are we doing that? You know, but
so you don't want your own guys to shift.
I mean, look, they keep talking about how, like,
yes, he does.
I look, I'm just gonna attack the hitter. That's all I know. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. I don't like.
This is Jeff's first. This is Jeff's first radio show, and you're gonna give some sobby answer like that. You're gonna give something like, "Come on, man, tell them how you really feel." You know where it's.
I can't. I'm keeping it in. Just Jeff. Just know. I don't have time to look behind me every pitch to sit there and see where they're
Yes,
at.
you do.
To change it.
Yes, you do.
I don't. I have a rhythm. Like I get the ball from Jose. I do my little breathing. I get back on there. Mentally, I know what pitch I'm gonna throw. But then if I see them behind me with 2 strikes or whatever it is, they shift a different way. Then I kind of gotta be like, wait, why are they going the other way?
Hey,
So
Jeff, but check this out. He doesn't have time to look, but guess who's looking for him?
You are.
right, and that's why I rely on him. That's why I rely on him.
So I'm going like this. Hey.
Yeah, but you don't have enough
So you don't touch the
signs.
ball.
Yeah, see, that's a lot of work if you're going to draw him a
No, it's not.
diagram where it's like, hey, look, shortstop, that way,
No, this
2
is
steps.
no. I don't shift them. I tell Taylor where the shift guys are because like say there's a runner on first, right? I'll take you through a scenario. Runner on first, we shift lefty hitter, shortstop's over exactly behind second base, so that lines them up behind Taylor. Second baseman is in the hole. Third baseman is shifted over in the middle of the 6 hole, right? So I come out and I go like this to him, hey, look behind you.
And then he goes, I don't want
him.
to. I don't have time.
Or he goes, okay, if the ball's hit at me, I don't have to field it. There, double play. He goes in, drinks some Gatorade, and we talk.
Yeah.
But that's
great.
definitely like, and that I mean that's even like bunt situation too. Like if the third baseman shifts over to the 6 hole, I tell Taylor, hey, like you got the bunt over here. You need to go over there, and he's like, oh, okay. But I do that for him. But
But he doesn't.
The shift is questionable, man. It's some people like it, some people don't. It works for some people, it doesn't work for some people. It is what it is. We're doing it, and we're doing it.
Yeah. I think for me, it's just like I got this bobblehead back here. I'd like to introduce you guys to this is the 2005 AL batting champion Michael Young. Okay,
it's the GOAT.
It's also
right there.
autographed. It's also autographed because I'm a badass. Okay,
big Lakers fan.
I'm not a Laker fan like him though.
Good.
You shift on him, we're hitting it through wherever you created a hole. And I just hate that we've reached a place where it's like, no, I think it's okay for us to just swing as hard as we can and we'll just pull the ball every effing time and then we'll complain about the shift and say we need baseball to fix this for us. You fix it! Learn to hit. Sorry. Hey, has either of you ever had a non-baseball job? What? What'd you say, Jose?
Hitting's hard.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Well, look, I'm not saying it's not hard. I'm just saying that as a professional baseball player, maybe when you were 12, you should have trained to hit the ball instead of training to play golf or whatever.
Jeff, ask him how many times he's been golfing.
How many times have you been golfing?
Ask him.
I don't golf, man. I don't golf, man. I don't golf.
Jeff,
anytime
I've talked to this guy, anytime I've talked to him, Jose, what do you got planned for today? We got a meeting. You want to try to talk? No, man. We got to push it to Wednesday. I'm on the links tomorrow.
I
mean, if you're looking for someone to judge him for that, you got the wrong guy.
Yeah, dude. I played golf with Jeff. Jeff knows I'm addicted. I'm addicted to golf.
I watched Jose, and I'm awful at remembering courses and hole numbers, but I watched Jose become a legend at Cedar Crest Golf Course when he drove the green on like 13. And I think it was an accident. I think he just accidentally hit it way left, but it worked. Yeah, like he went through 11 trees, didn't hit a single leaf, and put it on the green.
So he didn't. So there's no. He didn't do that on purpose.
No, I don't think so.
No way.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
All right.
Has either of you guys ever had a job outside of baseball?
I refereed basketball all the way through high school and through first two or 3 years. 3 years of pro ball.
And did you get fired from that? Okay, so you've never been fired?
No. This guy's terrible at referee. Anything like that's rules wise, he just doesn't. Taylor doesn't believe in rules when he's the official. I can already see him, and he won't tee up.
Well, you play through it.
If you're gonna be a ref. Yeah, exactly.
I've always let the boys play. I let them.
Jeff, have you played spike ball before?
That's the one where the little thing is in the middle and you just keep hitting it on the at it. No.
Yeah.
No, I'm familiar with the product.
Great game. Great game.
Okay.
Where I'm going with this is that I'd probably take someone up to Dallas with me and go play Taylor and whoever he wants, and probably take him in that. But at some point, Taylor would try to make up some rules and be like, "No, that's not how it goes. It's not how
we got done playing spike ball today. Actually, played 4 games of it. So I got my teammate. We're ready to go.
I don't want to choose sides because you guys know I'm a huge fan of both yours. I don't want to choose sides. But Taylor, how tall are you?
6'6".
And
that doesn't matter.
Like Taylor's a long limb dude. You can get those limbs moving, and you are going to be there's going to be a lot of torque.
Yeah, when you got T-Rex arms like Trevino, you're kind of limited. So kind of sucks.
And when your feet are stuck in cement, like Taylor, can't move his feet. That's eat him up all day, man. It's too easy.
Hey Jeff,
too easy.
Jeff. By the way, when he came on the show, did he say happy birthday to Luka or no?
He did not say happy birthday to Luka. Wow. Big win last night for us, Taylor and Jose.
Yeah.
You know, Jose's a Texas Ranger, so obviously it's a big win for the Metroplex.
Right.
Mavericks are still kicking.
Yeah. I beat the Warriors on the road, overcame a 21-point deficit. Yeah.
Anybody can do it once, you know.
That's true. Jose is a Spurs fan. A lot of you probably already know that. All right, man. I appreciate your time. Episode 1, the first guests ever. Technically, Jose is the first guest ever because he was the first one on. But Jose, Taylor, thank you so much, and I will catch you gentlemen later.
Thanks, Jeff.
There they go. That is 2 people gone. I have to click a button to get my thing right, to get me back in screen properly, although it won't be for long because then will be the next person who's coming on. And holy cow! It's Jeff Skinwade in the building!
Wow. Dude, a second ago you were fragmented into 3 frames, and that was really psychedelic. I liked it quite a bit.
Yeah, you want to try 3 frames with us too? Look at this. Wow.
So if I go, yeah.
No, you don't want to. We'll just stick with the 2 frames. How about that?
Okay. Hi, Jeffrey.
Turns out, like producers and stuff like that, those are real.
No, you do everything on the fly, which makes it more organic and more fun and more spontaneous. And by the way, man, I'm looking over here on the right side. All these names are popping up as people continually comment and jump in. And I would say that this new incarnation, I mean, you've been doing YouTube for a while, but this incarnation of the Jeff Cavanaugh Show is off to a rip-roaring start. Congratulations, dude.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yes.
I got to turn it up. Wait, where is it? That one. Where's the Cavanaugh song? See, I had my first equipment malfunction. Son of a biscuit.
That's okay.
Yeah, it was also in the first segment realized that doing something that's solo and trying to have it be an actual show instead of just like streaming and talking to the chat box.
Right.
It's very different. And I'm going to have to like learn all over again.
Well, I think
8 or 9 minutes in, I'm like, wait, this is probably isn't entertaining. Like in my head, I'm doing all sorts of things like, oh, you need to, that's not, what?
I would say that whatever it becomes, it'll become that way naturally. And the people that are here, they're here because of you. And so really whatever you decide this thing needs to be, all these people are going to ride with you. This is a testament to what you've done on radio for all this time. How long were you there?
11 and a half.
11 and a half years. And so you've built up people that can't get enough of Cavanaugh. So whether you're pushing the wrong button or playing a Van Halen parody of your name or Jose and Taylor on or whatever it is, people are going to ride with you. So I wouldn't worry about all that crap.
I'm really trying to figure out what happened to the, no, that's the TikTok rant music. Okay, let me just get that out of there. Yeah. So first of all, thank you for jumping on. This is Jeff Skinwade. If you guys are weirdos and don't know who he is.
Hello.
He is first and foremost a human being named Jeff Wade, who's a badass dude.
Oh.
And, sometimes he does radio on 97.1 The Eagle, and sometimes he does Mavericks color commentary. And he's one of the people that I really look up to in the world and in this industry. So thank you for joining me and share with the world what's going on, because you're a person who's dealing with some stuff. And like, I'll be honest, the first time you posted about it, I was like, oh, he's just kind of joking. And I'm like, I'm not even real clear of what's happening here, because it's just kind of your personality where it's just like, oh, yeah, just this little thing. See you guys Tuesday. So what's going on and how are you in real life?
Yeah. So in real life, if you were to launch this thing in about 2 weeks, I probably would not have been able to jump on with you. Uh, in radio, we disappear for a couple weeks around Christmas time. And that coincided with the Mavericks being on a long road trip. So I found out right after Thanksgiving that I had head and neck cancer and that it was manifesting itself into uh, some tumors in my neck, and so those had to be removed. And so we made a decision to announce it after the surgery because it's a different kind of message to say, hey, I had tumors removed, than to say, hey, everybody, I'm going to disappear because of cancer. That's a real downer. And I was probably afforded the opportunity to do that for the simple fact that my cancer, they've made great strides in it and it's very treatable. And once I go through this radiation process that I'm going through now, I have a 90% plus likelihood that it'll never return. So when you have those kinds of odds, you can kind of be a smart ass and go, hey, everybody, I'm joking about cancer. It's
I don't have a lot of sound effects, so I think that's the one I use when it's like, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good. That it's a signature thing.
Unless I get sued by Skin Wade.
Well, so the surgery was the last week of December, and that really sucked, Jeff. I would not recommend it.
Okay. Noted.
And then slowly was getting my strength back so that I could go through radiation. And so in my circumstance, it didn't make much. Chemo is a real MFer. And so I don't have to go through chemo. We decided, along with my doctor and my surgeon, that that was not the best course for me. I got to go through radiation. So I've done 9 of those 30 treatments. It's 5 days a week for 6 weeks. But the way radiation builds up, it's cumulative. So I'm about a week away from, having some difficulty talking and all those sorts of things. So this was a nice little window for me to jump on here, because I think a week from now I'm probably not going to be feeling like it, but then I'll start building my strength back up, and hopefully by the end of March or mid-April, I'll be back to being the person that you last saw last time that we hung out. So that's the goal.
Well, I love you and the people love you, duh, and kick its ass. Or I guess
Well, I love you, Jeffrey, and I'm so I don't want to say I'm proud of you for doing this. I know that this is easily within your repertoire and acumen. I'm happy for you, and I also know the way radio works, and so I can tell you, speaking for Ben and KT, and I'm sure they'll come on your show, and Christina, and they'd say the same thing. Whenever you're legally allowed to, we want you to jump on the Ben and Skin show, just like us jumping on the Jeff Cavanaugh show. I mean, it'd be a great opportunity for us to promote it. Hell, you know how Ben is. He'd probably just promote your show anyways. But if we have the opportunity to ever have you on as a guest, we would want that, because you are very much loved by the 4 of us on the Ben and Skin show. I can tell you that.
Thank you very much, my friend. Hey, let's talk about the Mavericks.
Okay.
I'm gonna start with an admission. When the Mavericks traded Kristaps Porzingis for Spencer Dinwiddie and Davis Bertans,
Yep.
I went, oh, okay. They found one team who would offer one particular package, and that's all they could get. And so they said, yes, we will trade KP.
Yes.
And it was like Dinwiddie was having a bad year, and people in Washington were telling us like, oh, yeah, he doesn't like playing off the ball, and Bertans has lost it. And they're here, and holy crap, last night Dinwiddie had his coming out party, and Bertans looks like he's going to be a useful corner 3 dude, and it's early, but it's looking like that was just a thing where it's like, okay, no, they were in a place where they hated and nothing was good and everything was poison, and holy crap, you might have actually got some players.
Yeah, I think without a doubt, they fortified their bench, right? And so we're basing this on what we've seen this year versus what we've seen in a small sample size. And the thing with this trade, I was very disappointed by it, because I thought that you removed yourself from being competitive in the playoffs. And I'll get to that in a second. Porzingis wanted to be traded last summer, and he didn't have any trade value. I know that there were people in the organization, like even before Kidd and Nico were in the picture, that were straight up telling him, dude, we can't trade you right now. You have to restore your value. You've got to go out on the court and prove that you could be traded. And so when Kidd and Nico came in, they started rebuilding that. And I think he very much enjoyed being here. The problem with Porzingis is he's not available enough. And so it's an abstract argument to go, Porzingis makes you much better if you don't know when he's going to be there. The games that we watched this year, it's very evident they're a far superior team with Kristaps Porzingis on the floor. But if you can't count on the guy, you can't count on the guy. And they also had several years left with his deal. So they're getting antsy about how can we build around Luka if we're paying all this money to a guy who's not here. And the Washington deal, from my understanding, there were 2 deals that were in play. There was a deal with Toronto that would have netted Dragic and another piece that they were working on, and Toronto backed out of that deal. And so all that was left was the Washington deal. Washington had been desperately trying to trade Bertans and Spencer Dinwiddie, and nobody wanted them. And there are some people that will tell you that Davis Bertans' contract was one of the 6 or 7 worst contracts in the NBA.
$18 million a year for a guy that stands in the corner.
He was playing in Washington 13 minutes a game.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's deal with what we're seeing. What we're seeing is immediately a great fit. And the main thing that what the Mavericks needed is they needed a lot of things, and they still need a lot of things, but they needed bench help. And those guys are delivering that immediately. And the other thing that you're seeing, Spencer Dinwiddie has been a really good NBA player that's been sidelined by injuries. He's had, 2 pretty major injuries. But right now, he's hitting 69% of his shots. That's probably not going to be what he is.
You don't know that.
Career 32% three-point shooter that's currently hitting, I think, 46%. So what we're seeing is the best of Dinwiddie, right? But that's also an indication that he wants to be here and that he can play with these guys. So I think if we temper our expectations, we're going to be really happy with what we get because he was a need. He is another, like putting Jalen Brunson in the starting lineup was bad for this team, but it had to happen, right? So now Brunson can stay in the starting lineup and you're getting that attack player when those guys aren't on the floor. And then Davis Bertans, my God, is he confident or what? I mean, he's gunning, and it's great because it does add another element to the team. Bertans' problem started when Washington was trying to make the playoffs in the bubble, and he didn't want to go, which I don't want to get into whether or not, a guy should or shouldn't play during COVID. Okay. I'm not going to judge that guy. But if you look at Davis's issues, that's when it really started. And then his numbers were going down, and then this year was horrible. But it's pretty obvious he wants to be here, and his ability to catch and shoot and the other team to respect it adds another wrinkle to this thing. So, and then the other thing too, Jeffrey, is it makes it easier to make other trades because their contracts are both half of Porzingis. So all of that has worked out really, really well for the Mavericks.
So, yeah, that was the one thing that at least that was my theory that I was very confident in when they traded, is that, instead of a 30-something million contract, now they have an 18 and a 13. That they probably feel more confident. I can move that one and that one than that really big one. And so that works. Whatever happens here happens, but it's pretty cool to see it kind of fitting up. And last night it was super cool because, man, they went, it's small ball, but small ball is a bunch of 6'6" dudes now, but like Luka and Bullock and was it Dodo, Dinwiddie, Brunson? And for a team that like a year ago, it was like, dude, they only have one ball handler. Now it's like, do you have 3 legitimate ones?
Yeah. And I think the other thing that you just, we're talking about, Jeffrey, that makes so much sense is when you get to the playoffs, you usually only play one big. And that's one of the things that the Mavericks were thinking about. Well, what is our future with 2 bigs? Maxi Kleber is a guy that can truly cover a 6'4" player. He's proven it time and time again. And Reggie Bullock has been extraordinary playing off of Luka. So it gives them more versatility. But the bottom line is this. If you look at how the Mavericks are winning, Luka Doncic is playing out of his ever-loving mind. And so when you get to a 7-game series and it comes down to matchups and adjustments, the Mavericks don't have a lot of counter punches other than Luka go get us 35, 12, and 14, and everybody else has to hit all their open shots. And so they have to go get another badass. And hopefully they're in a position to do that, having their first round pick this year, the contract flexibility with Brunson, whether they keep him or do a sign and trade or some of those things. They just have more flexibility. And so when they made the trade, I thought it was a trade for the summer of 2023. And depending on how incredible Luka can play in the playoffs, it ultimately still might be that.
We're calling this 2 Jeffs, 1 stream, as I'm pretty sure what we agreed on. And this is the great Skin Wade, who we all love very much. Keep kicking ass. I think anytime that anybody goes through anything that is difficult in some way, at least in my brain, talking about it and saying something about it, I think helps a bunch of people.
Yeah.
So thanks for talking about you. Keep being a badass and fix your golf game.
I'm so, my golf game is
so you can golf, bro.
I think honestly, there was a time period for a couple weeks where I couldn't use my left arm. So I think I'm probably a long way away from getting my golf game fixed, because I was a long way away from getting it fixed when I was healthy. So that's going to be a tougher battle than cancer for sure. But I want to say this. I felt tremendous love and support from listeners and viewers of the Mavs broadcast. It has been extraordinarily eye-opening. And I wouldn't want anybody to go through this. It's not great, but it has been a huge perspective shift for me in a really positive way. So I just want to thank everybody for being behind me and all that kind of stuff. I felt so much love. It's incredible, dude.
Love it. And I love you.
I love you, bro.
Thanks for hopping on. Have yourself a wonderful evening, sir.
All right. Say hi to Jasmine for me.
I will. Here, look, we'll just 3-screener. Look at that.
Hey.
Hello.
Hold on. I have to fix the things because I don't know. Ha-ha. Look at that. Ha-ha.
Okay, did I hear this correctly, Skin? 90% chance of this effer never coming back.
They actually, it's higher than that, but the doctors don't want to give you a percentage higher than that. So.
Yes, that's amazing.
All right, Skin, get out.
Okay, bye. See you later.
All right, see you, man.
Bye.
He's gone. All right, everybody. Now, I don't have a song for it or anything. I'm really low on.
Wait, I have no intro song.
I'm really low on production. No, I have 2 things. I have this one. Hold on, let me get the thing turned up. I have the Cavanaugh song.
No, it's too Cavanaugh.
What? Yeah, no, that's all I have. And then I have the music that the guy plays on TikTok when he does his rants, like the IKEA guy. That's the only audio I've loaded into my thing. So that's all we got. Hey, everybody,
Okay.
This is Jasmine Sadry, the 4th guest ever on the Jeff Cavanaugh Show, formerly of 105.3 The Fan, formerly of a whole bunch of stuff,
Yeah.
and currently a morning coffee drinker. What's happening, girl?
What's going on? No, I'm not actually. Because radio, I got let go in October.
Oh, here's Jasmine.
Breaking news.
She's unemployed.
Yes.
Yeah, here's Jasmine, my new co-host.
Hello, Jeffrey. I'm so proud of you. How did you do this? Let me just be honest with you. I was so nervous that I wasn't going to be able to do this. I have been on here since 7:00, just watching the show, because I was so nervous that I couldn't get the stream and everything to go on my end. And I'm so happy I did.
Yeah, because if you didn't, I don't know what I would have done. I probably would have just had a panic attack on air and quit, and just hit end stream suddenly.
Just roll
and violently.
commercials.
That's probably what I would have done.
Commercials.
So Jasmine is here because I knew that if I was going to do a show, I wanted to do a part of the show where I do nothing important at all and just D off. And Jasmine's one of the most entertaining people I've ever heard or obviously worked with.
Your name or my name came to mind when you thought of the phrase D off?
100%. Yep.
Thank you.
I was like, okay, so at the end of the show, I'll do the Jeffrey time stuff with stupid stories. And who would I want? It was just like, Jasmine. I want Jasmine.
Thank you. Stupid stories are my thing.
Yeah. And that's what you're about. It's kind of, it's how I identify you. Guy shoved a AA battery up his urethra.
I saw that.
Yeah. Which is like, that's a AA is not small. Like the AAA is still, you couldn't do that. And a AA is way bigger. And I just don't understand why, it must be kink.
I would hope. I mean, there's so many things you could use it as an alternative. I kind of feel like.
I didn't know that was a pleasure zone.
The area is, I just didn't assume that, like, I guess batteries for dudes are a different thing down
there. I don't know. I'm not sure. What idea lost? Like, if that's the one that, yes, we're going to go with this one, you know? Spoon? I just
don't know.
Okay, look, there are like 800 people here. I need one of you to admit that you have put in there. And I need to know why.
And y'all can't be anonymous because your name's on there. So we can't. I don't know if anybody's going to fess up.
Okay, DM me. Somebody DM me the appeal of that. Because don't get me wrong, I'm down for weird stuff. A lot of weird stuff.
Hold on. Now we're burying the lead. Okay, we're burying the lead.
Oh, yeah. I got stuff in the room right now that I could be like, hey, check this out. And you'd be like,
okay, so what does that Michael Young bobblehead really double as then?
Well, okay, great point. Because, like, maybe this bat, like, I haven't, but if you were going to be urethra dude, I feel this, like, it's a lot smaller than a AA.
Like, I don't even have one of those and I'm crossing my legs. Like, that just sounds awful.
You guys don't have a urethra?
Well, like, not like like that kind. Like, I have a urethra. It's just like a chick urethra. It's not a dude urethra.
Because it's not on a peen.
Correct. Like, it's not a peen urethra.
It's more of a V.
It's like an inner urethra. Yeah.
It's like a belly button thing. In and out. Oh, yeah. Somebody just reminded me in the chat one time when I was selling the condom.
Oh God. What?
I cleaned the whole place.
You can't just throw that out there.
What? Well, the condom. It was condo, but
no, not the condom. The one time I don't know if I want to piggyback this with that.
Yeah. So one time I cleaned the whole condom because I was showing it because I was selling it so that I could buy this, multi-million-dollar complex that I live in now.
I remember the old condom.
Yeah. So I cleaned everything, made it look as nice as I possibly could, which wasn't very nice. And I leave and they come and they visit. And then I go back home when they're gone and I go upstairs and somehow my C-ring was just sitting on the floor in the master bedroom, like dead center of the floor.
You're lying right now.
Dead center.
You are so lying right now.
And it's one that's kind of like stretchy and ribbed, but also battery powered. So it's like, right, for both of you. And yeah, right in the middle of the floor. It was sitting there. Yeah.
Now, did the potential buyers ask if that was like an amenity or like if that was part of the deal or?
Yeah, they offered $15,000 over asking and they said, can we keep that?
Fair. I mean, do they know who? I mean, they had to know it was yours,
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Like a famous person's C-ring in the house that I'm buying in.
Famous. That's me. That's us. Study found that traffic would be better if we just banned left turns.
I saw this. I don't know why this makes me laugh. That's
because you picture it.
Stupidest. Yes.
Yes. Because most people, because your brain might work like mine does. Most people hear that and it's just words. Me, I start picturing leaving the house and how I'm going to get to, I was about to say work. I don't have a job. But if I wanted to get, if I want to get wherever and I could only turn right, like I'm drawing diagrams in my head and it's awesome. It's really fun. But
it would also like suck remarkably too.
Well, yeah.
Think of how long
Yeah.
your commute would be.
You would go an extra exit and then exit, because then you could make a right, and you'd be on the right street.
Oh, that's
you
just obnoxious.
You'd have to go one exit far everywhere.
How about we just eliminate stupid drivers?
That's not possible.
There's got to be a way.
Yeah. I mean, the left turn
It's
thing's tough, though.
2022.
Left turn thing's tough because people get really confused because the light screen, why can't I go? You know?
Oh,
I
how hard
understand.
is it? No.
I
How hard
understand.
is it? No. I'm a chick and I'm a chick driver and we're notoriously bad. Like, come on. I even get the concept. Get with it.
How excited are you that now we live in a world where only you can say that about chicks because you're a chick?
No, I'll somehow get canceled. I bet I just canceled myself somehow.
16% of people prefer their chili without beans. That number seems low to me. Beans is not part of chili.
No, it's not.
Wheat
Get that
bread
mess
is more
outta here.
popular. What?
I said, get that mess out of here. Don't you be putting beans in chili. What's wrong with
Yeah,
you?
that's stupid. 35% of people prefer chicken wings with bones. 34% like them boneless.
No, that's chicken nuggets.
I agree. I mean, unless they're
Ah.
huge, then it's chicken tenders. But no matter what,
Yeah,
it's not a chicken wing.
No, it's not. And my boyfriend and I have this argument all the time. Like, I refuse. I will not go to a sports bar with him if he orders boneless chicken wings. I just won't.
Just don't say the words. Just
No,
say,
just don't. How about just don't do
nuggets.
it?
I want nuggets.
No,
Because
just
otherwise,
don't do it.
like, I guess you could make a boneless wing, but it would be a weird shape and not a lot of meat. So
No,
like, I don't even,
no.
how can they legally call it that is my
No,
question.
that's it. It's a breach. Here's the thing. Man up, bone in. That's all I got to say.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
48% of people like creamy peanut butter. 30% prefer crunchy.
Nah, creamy. Give me creamy all day.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any, I don't think the word is fetish, food things where it's like, I don't, so I don't like, I don't like jalapenos or tomatoes. Okay.
Love tomatoes.
But I make homemade salsa that only contains tomatoes and jalapenos, two things I don't like. And I really like it.
That's interesting. Okay.
And I don't like peanuts. I love creamy peanut butter. I like ketchup.
Oh,
I don't like
gotcha.
tomatoes.
Okay, I see. Okay, so I hate raisins, but I love grapes and wine.
I agree with that one, I think. Because raisins are just grapes that aren't good anymore, right?
It's grape jerky. That's what
Yeah.
raisins are.
Okay.
It's grape
fine.
jerky.
It's grapes that are past the
Yeah,
date.
it's grape jerky. Get it out of here. I don't want that. No grape jerky. Okay, so this is a super polarizing conversation because people think I literally came from hell because I said I loved cilantro. I love cilantro. I put cilantro on everything.
Cilantro makes me mad
Why?
because it's like it'll be there, you know? Like I like when you get I would rather the places that have cilantro lime rice, it just be white rice.
No.
Like, I'm
Oh,
not trying to take
no.
a bite out of my burrito and then pull out a half inch of green and because it's
Oh,
cilantro.
it's so good. A half inch of green in your mouth. Oh, give me that. You know, though, okay, you know what I hate and people think I'm crazy for, but I just can't even
Man.
look at it. Oh, I used to talk about this I would rant about it on the fan years ago. German chocolate cake looks like vomit loaf. Like someone
Yeah.
straight up tripped and threw up on top of a cake and they're serving it. It's disgusting.
I don't think I have enough money to know what German chocolate cake is. So congratulations is what I think is the answer to that.
Ugh, it's like, it makes me gag. It's basically literally.
I
looks
just want
like
to point out to
bark.
everybody that Skin is still here. Like, look, that dude is still sitting here.
Hold on.
Yes, he is.
I actually just sent a text to Jasmine.
Oh, hold on. Let me see.
Oh,
Wait, is it? Hold on. Okay. Let me get it here.
It's about a very important topic that impromptu came up on the show.
Brilliant. See?
Tell him.
Do you want me to read it or do you
Yeah,
want to read
absolutely.
it? Okay. Jeff said, or Skin said, I'm all about cilantro. My Mexican wife introduced me to it in 96 and never looked back. Thank you.
Dude,
it's great on everything.
It's great on everything. And it's a real game changer for, it's like street tacos, man. It ain't a street taco if it doesn't have cilantro on it.
Amen. I'm going to stand up on that one.
Boom.
That's just an amen.
Where'd she go? What are you?
Yes, I stood up because
Okay.
that deserved to be stood up for.
I
It's true.
think that it's shameful that you guys are telling people what they're supposed to eat and stuff. Like you get to do whatever you want. That's freedom.
I would just say everybody out there, get you a Mexican wife. It's a game changer for the better. Everything
Mexican wives.
Everything that Trish has brought to my world has been for the better. God bless her. She made everything better.
But if you're a lady, you don't all have to get a Mexican wife too, because otherwise our world will end. We need some guys and gals to be together. But
well, we're sort of
don't
overpopulated.
Ruin the fantasy, Jeff.
That is
Don't
a
ruin
fair
the fantasy.
point. All right, Skin, you're out again.
Okay, bye guys. Love you.
That was political.
Bye,
You're
love
done.
you.
There goes Skin. Let me
What's
see how to
wrong
switch
with
this back.
Jeff?
I don't have anything else to say today, Jasmine. What are you doing?
I am, let's see, I was in the middle of house cleaning before I stopped to be a guest, the fourth guest on your show. Because, us unemployeds, we got to earn our keep.
Yeah, it's tough. Well, thanks
so
for
like
hanging
a good
out.
Woman. Thank you for having me. This was so much fun.
I didn't realize how super unemployed you were. So, it sounds like you have so much free time to do this.
I have so much free time. Like, do you need someone to screen it? Like, I can be your phone screener.
Yeah, what I need is a super chat monitor because people are really cool and donate to the cause while I'm doing this, but there's so much going on and I have to change all the things and put the people in. And so I know I've missed a bunch of them and I want them all to know that I love them, but I can't scroll back far enough in the chat to find them. But just know that I love all of you if you're here. Okay? Deal?
Well, they definitely love you because this thing is, I've never had, look at all the love. You can't see it right now coming through?
No, yeah, I see the things. Yeah, I see the
That's
things.
a lot.
Yeah, my
This
people
thing's
go hard.
way better than the fan texter. I hated that thing.
Shots fired. Well, yeah, that's why I was always, when they started the Twitch thing, I would only do the Twitch because the texters are poisonous, toxic,
Yeah.
evil.
Yep.
All right, Jasmine, I'm going to kick you out now.
All right. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Mwah.
See, now I kick her out and then I click over here because now there's only one person in a 2-person frame and there it comes back to me. And then the show ends. So I just want to say thanks to everybody for hanging out with me. I'm really excited about this part of life and seeing what in the hell this turns into. But I love you all very much for hanging out with me. Episode 1 of the Jeff Cavanaugh Show. Episode 2 is tomorrow at 7:15. I'll have Patrick Walker to talk Cowboys at Voice of the Star at 7:30. I'll have Mike Renner of Pro Football Focus. And at 7:45, I have booked Kevin Turner of the KT Fun Show. And that'll be awesome. And I just want you guys to know, Skin's still there. Still effing there.
How do I catch your show if I'm not just sitting in the green room? How does technology work?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm going to close you again and then I'll tell everybody. You can catch the show on YouTube. You can catch the show on Twitch. That is youtube.com/Jeff Cavanaugh. It's twitch.tv/Jeff Cavanaugh. You can catch the show in podcast form because as soon as I end this, I will upload it to Spotify. Well, I upload it to Anchor technically, and it sends it to Spotify and Apple Podcasts and all those different places. So just look up the Jeff Cavanaugh Show and you'll be in good shape. But thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you to everybody who is watching and will be listening. And if you're curious and you love daily fantasy, you should probably go to Underdog Fantasy and use the code JeffC to get your sign-up bonus. And then we could do a whole bunch of over-under stuff and I'll get rich on parlays. Underdog Fantasy, promo code JeffC. What's the thing I say at the end? I always draw a blank when it's time, but I remember what I say. I'll remember it. Oh, hey, remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through. So